Hello everyone, this is RPMzero. We made it. In our first Top Cup match, I'm against Riptide. We both start off with our Shark Scale, where I'm using Shark Scale 360 kick and he's on the 760 level build. Against the level build, I need to ensure that my opponent aren't able to stall safely on either side of the stadium. Having the intention of making contact early, I launched a slide drop variance, which I named it Slide Ricochet, to knock my opponent out in the pocket early. Due to the blade shape, his Shark Scale was able to hop out of the pocket, but left with no stamina, which gave me the spin finish. The second matchup, I have my Wither Rod 160 Hexa up against my opponent's same combo in a mirror match. In this matchup, I tried to launch with a good position without touching the rail much, because in a Wither Rod mirror match, whoever contacts with the rail more are likely to lose to the spin finish. Where I think my opponent also applied a similar launch technique to sustain more stamina against me. So now it all comes down to whose rod is actually balanced better. A rod that is tuned in perfection will have less wobbly movement, which reserves more stamina and are able to knock the opponent's rod out of the center.
RPM has more RPM.
So it seems like Riptide also balanced his rod pretty well, which now this match has really come down to pure like spin power. So whoever launches harder while keeping their rod in control wins this match. Where I think I launched slightly harder than him, and I got the spin finish. And for the final matchup, I have my Aero Pegasus 760 Rush against Riptide's Dren Strike 970 Unite. In this matchup, all I need to do is dodge Dren Strike's early attack.
Later's ready, set. 3, 2, 1, go shoot.
Here, my opponent actually applied a bounce tag to bounce off the shroud and strike from above, which nearly knocked me in the overfinish pocket. But luckily, my Aero Pegasus was able to handle the impact and actually pop out the pocket, which grants me a spin finish and put me at game point. On the reshuffle, because my opponent is currently at 0 points, I think he desperately wanted to get a higher score, because losing 1 and losing 2 or 3 is the same, but if he gets to strike back on the 2 or 3 points, he gets to come back a little bit, which makes me think that he's gonna run Dren Strike or the Shark Scale. So to counter that, I picked my Shark Scale, and at the launch, he actually did apply the same technique to try to knock my Shark Scale in the same overfinish pocket. But here I was able to hop out again and actually put him into the other pocket. Even though he hopped out, it was his last part, so I get his first set. In the Top Cup format, because of the first to 4 best of 3 format, you're less likely to win through pure luck, because when you win the first set, or if I lose the first set, the loser gets to pick the side. And they already knew your combo, so they can actually strategize against what you have played. In this first match of the second set, I started off with my Aero Pegasus, and my opponent started with the Wither Rod. I attempted to snipe him right away because of how durable the Wither Rod Hexa is. I actually failed to put him in the pocket, which after hopping out, he appeared to be pretty stationary, and my extreme dashes just weren't strong enough to recoil him off this stadium or actually destabilize him. Which my last good hit before running out of his stamina actually made him go around the extreme rail and waste a lot of stamina. But at this point, it was really too late. So now in the second round, it's my turn to utilize my wizard rock, and my opponent actually has a drain strike against me. In this matchup, because of how drain strike is, it's actually not very good for wizard rock to survive because of the mass that drain strike has. So my opponent actually launched at the judge by a launch error, and judging from his angle and what he's trying to do, it seems like he's trying to apply the same launch technique to bounce off the shroud and hit me into the overfinish pocket. So after seeing that, I'm slightly adjusting the angle I'm entering the stadium. So here, I started off my bay a little bit closer to the extreme pocket and let it travel a little bit more than it did with my previous launch to stall at the same area. So even though he actually knocked me out of the stall, because of his initial miss actually causing him to destabilize pretty bad, which allowed my wizard to gain the overfinish. Going into this shark scale versus shark scale round, after seeing multiple attempts that he's trying to knock me out of a slide drop stall, I actually changed my area of aim and applied a ricochet launch. The attempt of this launch is actually to hit him early and then try to knock him out of the extreme or overfinish pocket early in the game. But as you can see, the 760 combo with his mass is actually saving him from being recoiled off far further than I wanted to. And because of how tilted I applied this launch for, my shark scale actually scraped and then result in the spin finish. So since current score is 2-2, and because I'm up a set, to not give my opponent a chance to come back, I really need to secure this win now and here. So putting that in mind, this reshuffle is actually pretty crucial to determine how this whole series of matches go. So it took me a while because I'm trying to memorize what he used against me throughout his matches, and I decided to start with my shark scale because I think he's also thinking the same thing of trying to close the match here, so he's either gonna use the shark scale that he just ran or the drain strike. Throughout the matches, because the stadium has been pushed quite a lot, so I actually requested a level check from the judge, and it was granted to make sure that the stadium is actually centered and leveled. That's how he's been sniping my slide drop stall. I actually launched a false drop to stay on the third floor to dodge his attack. So here the false drop actually stroked him, and although it didn't get him out of the stadium, but it actually made him run on a rail and put it on slow-mo just to ensure that he went in the pocket first, because after that I also went out the extreme. So it was a lucky win, and it was well played by Riptide, reading my drop launches. If you like my video, please follow me and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one.